Evening, everybody. Give you a latest update of what's going on. We're just getting ready for winter. I've already had some snowfall, some that actually stuck. Luckily, nothing major on the driveway. I haven't had to shovel that, so that's a bonus. But as you can see, well, it's almost 5 o'clock, so it's pretty much getting dark now. But most of the pretty much all the leaves are down. There's a few that aren't, and my lawn has been spared once again this year, except for a little portion at the bottom, so I didn't have to worry about mulching it up or anything. So what I did was went ahead and switched out the mower deck and put the snowblower on, so that's all set up. While I was doing that, I had actually needed to, the drive belt needed to be replaced. I don't know how well you can see this, but when I was under there, when I was fixing that PTO clutch, I noticed this, and I was able to get the whole rest of the summer and mowing season out of it. Hadn't snapped yet, but it was definitely, I was on its last leg, and I'd rather be replacing that in the good weather than in the middle of winter, especially if we get a storm and I need it really bad. The only thing that I still have to do for the John Deere is I got to put the chains on there, which is always a pain in the ass. They seem to, even if I deflate the tires and then fill them up after I got the chains on there, get it all nice and snug, it never fails. One side will consistently fall off, and I'll be swearing up and down in my driveway trying to get it fixed. I also went down to the town and got some more salt, so my 50-gallon drum is almost full. Figure one more run with the 5 buckets and that sucker will be full. I got one of my spare propane tanks filled. I got to get the other one filled. I had been exchanging them just down the road, but it was running like $20-some just for an exchange, and then you didn't even guarantee you were really getting a full tank. Some seemed full, some seemed a little lighter. So I found a place not too far away that fills them. So I think that's the route I'm going to be taking from now on. So my beans are still hanging. So now the weird thing is, and I didn't get any to show you, or actually I do. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one or not, but I'll mention it again because I didn't see any comments on it. Now these are all the bush beans. The same, looks the same, like the same bean from each one to another, but for some reason I'm getting 2 different seeds. A lot more of the brown ones, which I'm used to those being green beans, but I'm not used to there being white ones. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. But one of my boys actually took a bunch up to his room, and he's trying to get them to grow and see if there's a difference. He thinks about it for a little while and then he forgets about it. So we'll see if he continues with it, which would be cool if he did. So if anybody knows why that would be, somebody on my Facebook page, which is the same, it's NYS Prepper, on my Facebook page. That one I share a lot of, obviously I share the videos, and then I do some, I'll show some pictures or do some commentary every once in a while. But I posted that up on there, and a couple of people had said, well, maybe they're just, just like people, no two beans are alike. But that just doesn't make any sense to me, because I've never seen, whenever I've grown beans, or any seeds that I've seen, I don't see a difference in them. I don't see 2 different completely colored beans or seeds from any other seed. That, I don't know. It didn't really make a lot of sense, but it could be. I don't know. So, and then today was my wood chip day. Obviously the wood chips are not going to dry at this point. So this was not an easy task, but I'm halfway done with this garden, and I'm also halfway done with the pile that I have down there. I got these, it's about 6 inches thick of wood chips. It's really nice. They've been sitting in that pile for a while, and it started to break down really well. So that'll be kind of really excited about that. But that was 3 truckloads for half of this, 3 full truckloads. So that was not and it was just me and a shovel. So I'd fill the truck down at the bottom, and then some I'd wheelbarrow, and some I'd throw in there. Obviously I gotta wheelbarrow it to the corners and whatnot. But that took definitely a number of hours. But I'm somewhere on it. And I'm pretty sure the wife wants it out of this lower driveway, so that if it is bad and we haven't got the driveway cleaned up, we can park some vehicles down here. So you can see it's about halfway done. So as far as the canopy goes, so I did tarp all the way around it. I didn't double it up like I said I was going to, only because on the ends you need that extra height, and if I doubled it up I wouldn't have been able to get to the top. But then once I put it all the way around, the winds were just destroying the whole thing. They were pushing on this side really heavy, and it was moving the blocks. I mean, I have 2 cement blocks for each pole, and it was literally pulling them away, knocking them over and dragging them around. Bent my frame a little bit. So I just decided to leave that side on for now, which is the side that most of the snow will come from. And I also have those barrels, those water containers on the other side, so that helps a lot. It's not whipping the tarp around as much with those there. So we'll see how it fares. If I can get down here, because now I have 2 big tarps, I will at some point I'll wrap just the camper up with the tarp and go from there, and it should be fine for the winter. So that's about it. You know, a lot of piddly stuff here and there, just trying to get ready. New tires on the vehicles, ready for winter, all that fun stuff. Hunting season, well, both seasons are ready, but regular hunting season starts Saturday. So I made sure I went over, and I've never hunted before, but I have friends that are coming up, and I also did take my hunter safety course this past summer, and I do have my license. So I don't know how much I'll get out there. I don't really like being out in the cold that much. But I went to the neighbors and made sure that he was cool with us tracking, if we have to go across his property to track a deer that we shot, so that everybody knows. And he was good with it, and I told him the same, you know, as far as if they got to come across onto ours. You know, definitely we're not to be hunting on each other's property, but if we got to track, permission has been given on both sides. So that's good. Good to keep the peace. I don't need anybody getting bitched at out in the woods, or somebody accidentally getting shot because they don't realize, you know, or on purpose, who the hell knows. So that's about it. I hope everybody had a great Veterans Day. Thank you to all our veterans that have served. I have multiple family members, friends, and co-workers who are veterans, and freedom definitely isn't free. And thank you to all of them, and for those who served overseas that never got that welcome home parade, welcome home. So alright, we'll talk to you guys on the next one. See you!